Welcome back to the dumbest bill in America. We have, of course, Delegate Brian Chisholm. Welcome back, Brian.
Great to be here.
And welcome back, podcast listeners. We're calling this podcast, Brian, What About Christians? Yeah, what about Christians? Because get this, House Bill 661 seeks to create commemorative months for Muslim American Heritage Month, Brian, and Jewish American Heritage Month. But that's it. Apparently, they're forgetting something. So what the bill does, and it's, by the way, from Delegate Wallach and Solomon.
Okay.
All right. 2 delegates from Montgomery County. One is Muslim. Delegate Wallach is a woman, and Delegate Solomon is a man. And they're both from Montgomery County, Brian. And they want to have a Muslim Heritage and Jewish American Heritage Month. And they put this in the same bill to look like they're building a bridge. But what they want to happen is for the governor to proclaim 1 month as being the Muslim Heritage Month, and that would be January, and another month would be the Jewish Heritage Month, and that would be May. What are your thoughts about this?
So by putting these two together, who knew that we could solve centuries of wars and bloodshed all by just saying, hey, well, guess what? Stop fighting, and we'll just give you each your own month. That's basically what we just did here. We just took two factions that have literally been fighting throughout world history, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we are doing this, really, why are we doing this, Mark? To say, Christians really aren't.
Oh, wait a minute, Brian.
Important.
What have they forgotten in these heritage months?
Well, we are a Judeo-Christian country. That's why we were really formed. That's why people came here. Mm-hmm. Now we're being told, well, the Christians, they don't have a month. We're going to have the Jewish Muslim month to make it look like everybody's getting along and singing Kumbaya.
And they've forgotten Christians. So I asked this question during the committee hearing. So a committee hearing in Annapolis is when the delegates presenting the bill, which would be Delegate Wallach, who's the woman who is a Muslim, and Delegate Solomon, who is Jewish, they present their bill to the committee and say, hey, we like this bill. Here's why it's a good bill. So I asked the key question, and we have a clip on that, and here it is.
Reading the bill, commemorative months, Muslim American Heritage and Jewish American Heritage months. Why not Christian? Why not include the Christians as well?
I'm here to support this bill. I'm not going to opine on another month. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're not going to opine on another month. Okay.
So, Brian, Delegate Wallach is not going to opine on another month.
Well, it's once again, this is
not going to opine. Yeah. I mean, it's like, no, it's going to be Muslim only.
Well, look,
and I'm sorry, I have a problem with that. Okay, I'm sorry.
And I think you brought it out, right? They bring these things and say we're going to create harmony, but this is not about harmony. This is a very, very poorly veiled. Hey, we're going to exclude Christians, and we're going to put it in your face by saying, look at us Muslims and Jews. Yes, we're getting along. Don't pay attention to the world wars and everything else that's going on everywhere else, but just give us our own month. And we're going to put it in the face of the Christians. I think, look, we shouldn't have months for anybody, right? We should honor people that we want to honor, but to do things in a way that actually excludes or is vengeful, in my opinion, against certain religions or certain beliefs, I think that it's counterproductive. And I think that everybody, when you look at it deep down, that's exactly what this is.
So, Brian, you said this before. You said that with months like this, it like separates us. And you also said that we are a country based on Judeo-Christian values, which we are, okay? We are based on Judeo-Christian values, this country is. And that is a good thing. But the idea that someone would come forward and say, we're going to separate, and what we're trying to say here as members of the House of Delegates is we have a responsibility to obviously include everybody, but not try to separate people. And that's precisely what this does. This tries to segment people, separate people, and erase the Christian faith in the state of Maryland. And I'm sorry, if you didn't like my question, then you're not going to opine on it. Go ahead, Brian.
But look, we set out very early on in the formation of this country for freedom of religion. It says the government shall not form a religion or say you have to. So when we start to favor certain religions, yes, we're a Judeo-Christian country, but the government should still not be in the position
Yes.
of elevating certain religions over one another. That's where our Constitution comes from Judeo-Christian beliefs, but you can still believe whatever you want. You just can't go out and start to promote certain religions over one another. Now, I'm afraid that that's exactly what this bill aims to do.
Yeah, and this bill, Brian, its purpose also isn't to just divide people, but it's to pander to groups in Montgomery County and across the state, right? Well, let's pander to groups and let's separate people by the way they look, by the way they express their beliefs, by their religion, and that's literally the Democrat way. It's really not about unifying. It's about separating. Final thoughts on this bill.
That's exactly right. It's about sectionality, right? It's about breaking everybody up into little groups and then pitting them against one another. And then you stand in there and say, no, I'm on your side and I'm on your side. I'm on your side. That's how they get power, right? By telling people they're the victim of something. And if you trust in me, because now we've got 1,000 different sects of different victims, right? You're Muslim, you're Jewish, your hair's the wrong color, whatever stupid sectionality that we put together, or intersectionality we've put together, it just it's more and more a push for power, and that's all
it is. And you know what, Chris, show this clip one more time. We want to see this clip one more time just to show you why this shouldn't be happening.
Reading the bill, commemorative months, Muslim American Heritage and Jewish American Heritage months. Why not Christian? Why not include the Christians as well?
I'm here to support this bill. I'm not going to opine on another month. Thank you.
You're not going to opine on another month. Okay.
Brian, final thoughts on this.
I think this is why you and I sit on different sides of the committee, because that death stare, she would have had us shoot it at both of us, because I think if I was sitting next to
that death stare. Explain it.
She did look very, very upset with you.
Yeah, it's like...
she came back and I was like, where'd the harmony go?
And that's House Bill 661, the dumbest bill in America. What about Christians? We'll see you next time.
What about me? It isn't